In Norway's land, where faith was tight, a group of souls sought freedom's light. Quakers and Hojans, hand in hand, dreamed of a new and promised land. Kling Persson led with vision clear, to America's shores they would steer. 52 brave on sloops so small set sail for a life beyond the squall. But the ship was small, the journey long, but spirits high, they sang their song. Through storm and calm, they pressed ahead, with dreams of home where they'd be led. In Funchallsport, a tale was spun of wine and flags and a race begun. A young girl waved with colors bright to save their ship from cannon's might. In Kendall's woods they made their start, clearing land with all their heart. But whispers came of richer soil in Illinois, where they could toil. Glenn walked far to find the place where sloopers could their future trace. Past Chicago swamps to prairie's gold, a new chapter their story told. Through trials hard and joys so sweet, the sloopers built a life complete. From 52 to thousands more, their legacy forevermore. In every state their kin now thrive, the slooper spirit still alive. A tale of courage, faith and love, blessed by the stars and God above. Oh, sloopers bold, with hearts so true, across the waves to a world anew. With hope as guide and faith as shield, they journeyed far to a land revealed. Wheel.
Thorstein Olsen Bjadland, a restless soul was he. 5 years he carried letters for the crown across the sea. But his father's land divided left him bitter, unfulfilled. So he joined the 52 sloopers with dreams of freedom's yield. Aboard the sloop in 25, the cask came from the tide. Barnacles encrusted with sweet wine locked inside. The crew drank deep, the sails went slack, no colors flew that day, till Funchall's cannons aimed their wrath and fear stole breath away. Bertha waved her calico, her legs a daring sight, while Thorstein found the flag to hoist and save them from the fight. The harbor cheered, the danger past, the customs men came near. A Norwegian soul with grit and grace, Thorstein stood tall and clear. To Michigan he ventured through the Aries open gate. A shoemaker he learned to be, his craft would seal his fate. The first Norwegian there perhaps, in fields of river home, a tale the prairie told. In 40 he walked Wisconsin's trails, with Stavanger kin beside. By Koshkonong sweet waters, his sod shanty rose with pride. A shoemaker for travelers, a host to weary feet, till Guri came in 44 and love made life complete. 7 children filled their days, dark-haired and strong they grew. Old John and Ingeborg, and 4 more joined the crew. Through summers green and winters cold, their farmstead stood its ground. A Quaker heart or Hojian, in faith he was unbound. The years rolled on, the fires faded, his hands grew worn and still. In a log house near Vel's land, he bent to time's great will. In 7-4 he left this world in liberty's embrace. Thorstein Olsen, Bjodland, at rest in sacred space. So sing of Thorstein Olsen, let his story never fade. A Slooper's son, a pioneer, in America he stayed. From flag to flame, from sea to soil, his spirit echoes on. Thorstein Olsen, Bjodland, forever in our song. In 1780, Thomas was born on a farm in Norway, 'neath skies forlorn. To Stavanger he went with a hammer and flame. A blacksmith by trade, he built his name. Oh, Thomas Madland, bold and true, 5 daughters fair and a son came too. Roar and fever's bite, he led his kin to a new world's fight. 3 daughters bloom like roses rare, Rilkel with Lars, a captain's glare. Gareen and Gudmund, hearts entwined, Serene with Jacob, fates aligned. Thomas Madland, bold and true, 5 daughters fair and a son came too. Through ocean's roar and fever's bite, he led his kin to a new world's fight. In 1825 they sailed away, the sloopers bound for a brighter day. New York they reached, but the woods stood tall. A damp, dark land brought death to all. Mosquitoes hummed, the fever grew. Agu took what the wild winds blew. Summer burned hotter than winter's chill. Thomas fell first on that cursed hill. His breath was stilled. 8 months in, his dreams unfulfilled. Siri wept with daughters 3, Serene, Gurin, Raquel free. Oh, Thomas Madland, bold and true, 5 daughters fair and a son came too. Through ocean's roar and fever's bite, he led his kin to a new world fight. A grave unmarked where wildflowers sway, the sloopers mourn that summer day. Thomas
siblings three, Jacob knew and the lady flee. The Slavic name with dreams unbound sail the seas to foreign ground. Meline found Illinois so fair, where King Anderson settled there. In Leland's fields her roots took hold, a sister's tale in sunlight told.
Jacob sailed on Restoration's keel, 13 bachelors, hearts of steel. A file maker, tools in hand, lost them all to Harbor Strand. The love he found in Syrian's grace, Madeline's daughter, a tender face. In 31 their vows were sworn, a new life in the West was born. Fox River called in 34. Jacob led with hope galore. Clangusen scouted lands so wide, nude and healed by freedom's side.
Missouri's plains, a fleeting stay, slavery's chains drove them away. On Christmas Eve, with hearts sincere, helped a family through winter's fear.
Brigham Young came north one day, bought Jacob's land, a holy play. A city dream named Norway's pride, but Salt Lake won, the plan subside. Jacob trekked in 48 to Napa's hills, he sealed his fate. Saw a skull house with Serena's care, a roadhouse rose in western air.
Knew the brother strong and true, Slooper's kin, his spirit grew.
Sugar Creek in 43, Clayton's new home by Iowa's Lee. And by his side till 67, Newt's last breath to earth was given. In Anderson's ground they rest as one, their legacy beneath the sun.
So sing of Jacob, Newt, and Meline, Slavic souls where dreams convene. From Norway's fjords to lands afar, their light still shines, a guiding star.
In 1834 he came to be Ole Canute's son, wild and free. Born in Kendall, New York's green embrace, a Norwegian soul in an open space. With Father Newt by the wagon's side, to Fox River's banks in 1850 they ride. But sorrow struck on a canal boat's sway, his mother lost to color as gray. Oh, ole, ole, through the wilds you roam, from New York's fields to a Texas home. With heart so bold and a settler's hand, you carved a life in a promised land. Clang Piverson met them tales to tell of Texas plains where dreams could swell. From Illinois they turned their gaze to southern sun and boundless days. In 52, the call was clear. To Dallas County they drew near, with Nordbo's kin on Prairie High. 3 years they stayed 'neath Texas sky. But Boss called in 53, a river's bend to destiny. Land for 50 cents, so rich, so grand, the Third North settlement took its stand. From Clifton West to Cranfill's Gap, North's at the heart on Texas map. A tongue still spoken, faith held tight, Clifton College in the morning light. Postmaster he at Norman Hill, through war and peace he served still. Then to Waco in 68, a foundry rose by his own gate. 2,000 souls in Bosca thrive, a Lutheran church to keep alive. Ole's legacy, strong and sure, a founder's mark that will endure. So sing of Ole, wise and true, of Clang and Nordbo he knew. A Norwegian son 'neath Texas skies, where history lives and never dies. In 1787, a boy was born to be Lars Larsen Jalani by the wild Norwegian sea. A carpenter of timber, he sailed the coastal tides, till 20 summers found him caught in war's unyielding strides. The British man of war came swift in 1807's glow, seized Norwegian traders to the prison hulks below. There with Danes and Quakers in captivity he'd find a faith to guide him onward, a peace to free his mind. Oh Lars, with hammer and with heart, through storms and chains you played your part. From prison ships to freedom shore, you built a home forevermore. The Restoration sailed in 1825, an old fish boat turned sloop with dreams kept alive. Berths he carved from cramped decks for souls to cross the foam, and Margaret Allen Sloop babe was born 'neath ocean's roam. To Rochester he wandered, the Erie Canal so grand, a town of 4,000 souls he'd work with skillful hand. With Martha and his daughter, the Quakers they'd embrace, a 2-story house on 4th Street, and immigrants rest in place. For 15 years he labored, a beacon in the night, a way station for Norwegians seeking freedom's light. 6,000 crossed through Rochester, his name on every tongue, till 45 brought mystery, his final song unsung. Oh Lars, with hammer and with heart, through storms and chains you played your part. From prison ships to freedom shore, you built a home forevermore. Left wife and 8 young children, a sister deaf and still, a legacy of courage from fjord to distance. distant hill. The oldest house still standing for 100 years and more. Lars Larsson's tale lives on by America's far shore. Left wife and 8 young children, a sister deaf and still, a legacy of courage from fjord to distant hill. Oh, the oldest house still standing for 100 years and more. Lars Larsson's tale lives on by America's far shore. In 1787, on Finnøy's rugged shore at Kindingsted's old farmstead, Knut Eide was born. Rogaland's winds did whisper through Norway's fields so green, a boy with dreams of freedom, a life yet unforeseen. In 1821, the Quakers made their plan to sail to new horizons, a bold and hopeful band. With Klangpersen beside him, Knut crossed the stormy sea to scout a land for settlers, a colony to be. In New York's crowded city, fate dealt a heavy blow. Knut fell to fever's mercy, or so the stories go. Did he die there in shadows, leaving Klang alone? Or did he turn back homeward to Norway's hills of stone? Then 1837, aboard an Eide he that man named Knut set sail again. Or was it him we see? Through storms and waves he landed in New York's bustling strife. A struggle for a dollar, a fight to build a life. To Michigan's wild acres he carved a farmer's way, buried in the heartland where fields of plenty lay. But whispers weave a riddle, was this the same Knut Eide? 2 journeys, one bold spirit beneath the heavens wide. From Stavanger's hopeful vision to Orleans' distant call, from Finnøy's quiet cradle to Michigan's great hall. The records hold your shadow in 1821 and 37's crossing. Were you 2 or 1? Oh, Knut, where did you wander across the ocean wide? Did you chase the Quaker promise or stay by Norway's side? Through tales of toil and mystery, your name still echoes free. A farmer, a dreamer, Knut Eide, who were ye? So raise a glass to Knut, a soul of grit and lore, a man of 2 Americas from Norway's ancient shore. The truth may fade in history, but still his song we sing. Knut Eide, bold and restless, let your spirit ring.
In 1800, cold and clear, a boy was born in Teaser dear. Goodmund Hauke, strong and true, a wheelwright's hands, a dreamer too. To Rennesoy, then Stavanger town, a servant's life he settled down. With Gurine fair, 7 babes they bore, then Caroline, 1 child more. The Fox River called, no doctors near, but Goodmund rose through toil and fear. No school had he, yet wisdom grew, a healer's heart, both bold and true. Through fever's grip and cholera's sting, he brought relief on tireless wing. An elder Mormon, firm in grace, a guiding star in that wild place. In 47 a paper rose, Nordless said shone where the prairie grows. Goodmund led with a steady hand, a voice for Norse in a foreign land. At Ender's house the plan was sown, with Ole Olsen the seed was grown. A hog and spark, a Quaker's creed, a people's press for a people's need. The golden lights of mystery grand, Goodmund held in his faithful hand. Dietrichson scoffed with learned pride, but Mormon elders spoke far and wide. The Lutherans faltered, their voices weak, while Mormon tongues made the Spirit speak. In La Salle's fields by Fox's shore, Goodmund's name would echo more. In 49 the cholera came, a shadow fell on Goodmund's name. He fought for life, for neighbors' sake, till death's cold hand his breath did take. In the northeast corner they laid him low, a marker stands where the wild winds blow. 8 children mourned, a settlement wept, a hero's rest in honor kept. Oh, Goodmund sailed on the wild sea foam, from Norway's fjords to a new world's home. With faith and skill he carved his way, a life for the Slooper's dawn of day. So sing of Goodmund, brave and free, a Slooper's soul, a legacy. From Tesvar's hills to the Midwest plain, his spirit lives in the wind and rain.
In 1809 he came, Ovi Rosdale Daniel's name, born on a farm called Rossendale, so fair. In Tisver's valley, wild and rare, south to north the valley flows. Mountains rise where no one knows, Hersdale hides beyond the ridge's bend. A lonesome start for a boy to send. 16 summers the Restoration called, with kin he sailed the ocean sprawled. 9 years in York by Rochester's shore, Lars Larson taught him the shipwright's lore. To Ottawa's canal his hands took flight, crafting boats in the morning light. Goldona sailed with lumber grand, a new world carved by a young man's a steady pace. Innkeeper, tailor, suit so fine, auctioneer with a voice divine. Plowshares of steel, the first they say. Coffins he carved for the end of days. A house he raised, 6 rooms below, 4 above where the travelers go. His heart she won, 5 children raised neath the valley's sun. Barn and granary, a blacksmith's flame, a carriage rolled in the family name. Daniel and Bertha in 54 passed. Ovi cared for them to the last. The eldest son, their pride and stay, a slooper's tale in the Fox River sway. Through Kendall's fields and Norway stone, he counseled kin who'd left their home. A life so full, a legacy wide. A mountain boy who crossed the tide. From Rossiedel's Vale to the canal's embrace, Ovi's spirit still holds a place. Craftsman's soul, a pioneer's call. The son of death, you'll remembered by all. Ovi, son of the sloop, sailed to a world with a dream to group. From shipwright's hands to the plow steel gleam, he built a life on a Norwegian dream. To the Fox River's bend, Elling Iselson walked where the wild winds send. A blacksmith's hammer, a carpenter's hand, he built a faith in a newfound land. In 39, with a heart sincere, he preached the word for all to hear. A church of logs by the river's flow, a testament to the seeds he'd sow. To Bergen he went, a trade to learn. With anvil and wood his skills would turn. Then cross the sea to a land unknown, he carved a path where the wild had grown. In 41 that first church rose, a humble shelter midst pioneer woes. Though flames took it down, his spirit stayed. A new foundation in stone was laid. Ordained in Muskego, 43, a shepherd called to eternity. At Jefferson Prairie, the synod grew, 16 strong with a vision true. From Wisconsin's fields to Dakota's dust, he walked the miles as a preacher must. A pastor at large with a soul to share, spreading grace through the open air. To New York he strode, catechism in hand, a book for the faithful across the land. In English first, then Norwegian too, Pontoppidan's words in a tongue so true. Mile after mile his boots wore thin, but the light of his mission burned within. A circuit preacher, the tale is told, a heart of iron, a faith of gold. Ellen, preacher of the prairie wide, with Luther's truth as your faithful guide. Through Illinois and the Western Plain, you carried the cross in the sun and rain. From cabin smoke to a stone built thin, the Butch Museum sings your name. A circuit rider, bold and free, Ellen Iselson, your legacy. Till 83, in Chicago's embrace, he ran his course, he finished his race. In Graceland's rest, he laid to sleep, a pioneer soul for the Lord to keep. His books still echo, his churches stand, a Norwegian mark on this broad land. Elling Iselson, a name